Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial. This tutorial will be an exhaustive study on shortcuts and objects that are blocking shortcuts and entrances to buildings. Alright, quickly we're going to go over what a shortcut is. And a shortcut is when you skip a road tile to make a road. You can see it here and in lots of other spots in this city. Many shortcuts here. See them all over. I'm highlighting them here. Okay, now why is it that sometimes you do not need this road tile and sometimes you do? You do not need the extra road tile here. The shortcut works because there is at least one true path with no shortcuts leading to every spot on the road network. This road to the inn works because this road near the in between the sawmill and the armory workshop has no shortcuts in it. So the inn is connected to the main road network with no shortcuts in at least one direction. One path to the inn has no shortcuts. Therefore, I can make additional paths to the inn by this weapon workshop and this butcher that have shortcuts, and you see they're fully functional. The serf is delivering sausage there to the inn. This serf is delivering timber to the weapons workshop. This recruit is walking over here around this weapon workshop. This shortcut is fully functional because there's at least one road going through. Sometimes shortcuts won't work even if you do have a true path. If you're wondering why this is, it is because an object that you cannot walk through is blocking the shortcut. Objects that block shortcuts are objects such as trees, or stumps, or large bushes, and other objects that can't be walked through. We'll go ahead and go to the map editor to quickly go over what exactly are the objects that block shortcuts. Okay, this is a shortcut to the inn. As you can see, there's at least one true path that hooks around here and goes to the inn. Therefore, this shortcut here, I'll mark it with a field. This shortcut here works because of the true road with no shortcuts in this path to the inn. Now we'll quickly make another case. You can see this is an identical setup. It's a little different, but it's the same idea. And we will block this off. I guess I should have made this before I started doing the tutorial. Did this little lab ahead of time. And we'll block this off entirely so the serfs do not interact with these towns. Now both these shortcuts are currently working. However, various objects, such as this tree, will block the shortcut. And you can see directly that the shortcut is going to be blocked because the tree is literally, you can see it's cutting in between these two roads. It's directly in the way. They cannot walk through the tree, and that's pretty understandable. Most people realize that, but what they don't realize is that the stump that the tree leaves behind also blocks the shortcut. We'll quickly save this and as shortcut, and we will test this in game. I'm just making sure both storehouses have food so we can see this in action. Okay, as you can see, the shortcut on the left is working, but the shortcut on the right is not working because there is a stump in the way. That is blocking the shortcut. And I will actually extend this, make it even better, so you can see just how, we'll say, applied this practice is. The stump here is in the way. However, if I send the laborer over here to dig up the stump by making a road plan, building plan, he will dig up the stump, and now the shortcut is fully functional. Without the stump there, you are now able to use the shortcut. So when you're making shortcuts, keep in mind that it's not only that there's a true path, but there are also possibilities for objects to block. Now we'll go over one more detail when it concerning shortcuts. It's not quite shortcut, but it is related. You have a barracks. It's very important that you can use all exits to your barracks. By that I mean the exit from the left side, right side, and the true entrance to the barracks. Now, you understand what I'm saying, but you might not understand what I'm saying, but you've seen it before. Recruits and serfs delivering weapons to the barracks can enter in only one direction, but they can leave in 3 ways. You've seen it before. They'll either leave from the left to the right or forward or going straight down. However, it is possible to block the barracks off, and this can be done by having trees in front of it. Just like with the shortcut, not enabling serfs to travel diagonally through shortcuts, trees will block the exit of soldiers out the barracks. We'll see just how hard it is to get the militia out of the barracks. When it's being blocked like this. Okay, we have some militia. We're going to speed the game up. And you can see the serfs are going to be having some hard time getting out of the barracks. They're not leaving out diagonally. Now, when we start training militia, it's going to become one heck of a problem.
I'm listening. Let's go. Forward. Let's go.
And you can see the militia are having a hard time coming out at the same time as the serfs.
Let's go.
That is because the trees are literally blocking. And because we cannot use a woodcutter to cut away these trees because the stumps will be left behind. Therefore, this barracks is actually in a very bad situation. The only way to amend this problem would be to delete the barracks and move it somewhere else. The woodcutter will come over here and cut these trees down, and the stumps will remain, and there's no way to remove the stumps because you cannot place a vine to dig up the stump or a building blueprint, since the building blueprint cannot be placed adjacent to a building. We will remove the stumps and try this again. You will see that the serfs are having a much easier time getting in and out of the barracks, and our militia are able to leave the barracks at a much more efficient rate because we have no trees blocking the barracks. So what to do if your barracks is in a position where you don't like it? Well, what to do if there are stumps in the way where you want to put a barracks? We will move our barracks over here, and then we will place some trees right here. This is where we want our barracks, in between these 2 trees. I suppose I will delete the barracks first. We'll do this. Sorry, again, I should have had these done ahead of time. I hope I gave that storehouse some timber, did I? Okay, good. Alright. These 2 trees are in the way of where we want our barracks. So what we can do is either put a woodcutter to cut away these trees and then dig up the stumps using a building plant like we did before, or we can use the old traditional line trick method. Now we can build the barracks, and it will work no problem at all. Alternatively, well, I guess I can't show you because I'd have to build a woodcutter, and we're not going to wait for that. So never mind. I was going to show you. What you can do is have a woodcutter, cut away the stumps, and then put the building blueprint down. You can even do this afterwards if the... you would only be able to do it if it was like this. If you built your barracks like this, and this tree is on the right side, you can still remove it, the tree on the right, by building the blueprint afterwards. Or the vine print, depending on how you're doing it. So it's still possible to save it on the right side if you don't have a road there, but you can see once the road is there, there is no way to remove the tree. So be careful and plan ahead. There's one other building that is very important that you do not have trees in front of it, and that is the inn. If your inn has two stumps in front of it like this, that means your inn crowding is going to be terrible. You can have double roads, triple roads in front of your inn, but you're going to have very bad crowding. So it's important to move your inn to a different location and build it there instead, or remove the trees. And that is all. I hope that you fully understand how shortcuts work, what blocks shortcuts, and how entrances to buildings can be blocked in a similar way as shortcuts can. Thank you, and have a nice day.